Teddi Mellencamp has made her burial plans amid cancer battle. Teddi Mellencamp has shared her health journey with fans following her melanoma diagnosis back in 2022. Since then, the reality star has opened up about her own end-of-life concerns. This has included her burial plans, which had even been influenced by family. The Real Housewives alum recently talked about burial plans during a recent podcast. Teddi Mellencamp is the daughter of singer and songwriter John Mellencamp. However, she later became known to audiences through appearing as a cast member of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills for 3 seasons, from 2017 to 2020. Following this, Teddi is known for hosting 2 Teas in a Pod with Tamra Judge. In recent years, Teddi has shared a variety of health issues with fans. Back in 2022, Teddi had been diagnosed with stage 2 melanoma, which progressed to stage 4 by 2025. Earlier this year, she had also been hospitalized for brain tumors. During a recent episode of the 2 Teas in a Pod podcast, Teddi opened up about a conversation she recently had with her famous father concerning her own health issues. In the episode, Hot Girls Never Die, it was noted that he called her 11 times over a certain end-of-life decision. According to Teddi, John wanted her to join the family plot in Indiana. Notably, Teddi agreed to this, adding that her kids, Slate, Cruz, and Dove, would also have spots. Reportedly, John told her, "You're doing your will right now, so you may as well put it in there." For her part, Teddi tried to have a sense of humor about the situation. Notably, the episode's title, Hot Girls Never Die, is derived from something she claimed she wants engraved on her tombstone. During the conversation, Teddi discussed what would happen if she was in a vegetative state. Her father noted, "I'm going to be in charge of that." Saying she doesn't want to be kept in such a state, Teddi noted, "I'm like, well, I'll change my will right now then," if he was unwilling to make such a decision. Teddi Mellencamp also recently shared a health update with fans. Ultimately, Teddi shared, "But either way, I think I agreed to be in the mausoleum and I'm gonna have to work on my sister next week. The kids will be right behind me." Recently, Teddi also shared a health update with fans on Instagram. In a side-by-side collage, Teddi showed her shaved head. As she noted, "What a difference 4 months makes. Sometimes I am so focused on being strong that I forget I am allowed to be sad, cry it out, and feel very alone. I love my kids, friends, and family so much and am forever grateful to them, but dang, today is one of those days. If you are having a day where you can't wait for it to be bedtime so you can start over tomorrow, leave me a heart emoji. We are not alone." By all appearances, Teddi Mellencamp has always been a woman in motion, spinning through life with the high-octane energy of a wellness coach, mother, television personality, and business owner. But in recent months, that momentum has slowed, not by choice but by necessity. As she continues to confront stage 2 melanoma, the 42-year-old former Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star has been forced to face questions most of us avoid until life insists we can't. Among those questions, how do you want to be remembered? And more poignantly, where do you want your story to end? "I never imagined I'd be the type of person making burial plans in my early 40s, Mellencamp shared in a recent interview, her tone measured but candid. But cancer has a way of shifting your entire perspective. It forces you to look at everything, not just how you live, but how you might die, and what you want to leave behind. For Teddi, it started with a mole. Small, seemingly harmless, but her instinct, honed by years of body awareness and health advocacy, told her it was more than cosmetic. A biopsy confirmed the worst, and what followed has been a whirlwind of surgeries, scans, emotional tolls, and quiet moments of reckoning. It's terrifying, she admits. There's no way around that. But it's also been weirdly grounding. When your mortality isn't a distant concept anymore, you start to think in terms of legacy, of memory, of love. The choice to plan. It was during a quiet evening at home, after putting her children to bed, after her husband Edwin had gently fallen asleep beside her, that Teddi opened her laptop and began typing in the search bar, "Burial options near me." "I didn't tell anyone for a while," she says. Not even Edwin. I didn't want people to think I was giving up. I'm not. I'm fighting every day. But there's a difference between giving up and being prepared. And so she made her decisions. She chose a plot of land at a peaceful green cemetery in the California hills, one surrounded by eucalyptus trees not far from the ocean, where the wind carries both salt and stillness. It just felt right, she said. I stood there and thought, if this is it, if this is where it ends, I'm okay with that. But her plans didn't stop at a simple location. Teddi began curating every detail, from the flowers she wants, white hydrangeas and soft pink peonies, to the playlist she hopes will accompany the service. Music has always been a huge part of my life. I want my farewell to be a celebration, not of death, but of the moments that made it all worth it. The playlist includes songs by her father, John Mellencamp, whose gravel-edged voice underscored her childhood, and also tracks by artists who've inspired her journey. Florence plus the Machine, Adele, Coldplay. There's this Coldplay lyric. Lights will guide you home and ignite your bones. That one gives me chills every time. Leaving a message. Perhaps most moving is the video series Teddi has started recording, short, heartfelt messages for her children to receive in the future. Birthdays, graduations, weddings. Those invisible milestones she hopes desperately to witness, but cannot guarantee. I don't want them to just have memories. I want them to have me, as much of me as I can give them, she said. Even if it's on a screen, I want them to hear my voice telling them how proud I am, how loved they are. Each video ends with the same words. You are stronger than you know, and I am always with you. It's the sort of legacy that transcends fame or fitness. It's about heart, about being a mother, a wife, a daughter, about showing up, even when you're not physically there. A shift in identity. For someone so rooted in the image of strength, physically, emotionally, publicly, making peace with vulnerability hasn't come easy. But cancer, as she puts it, strips the layers away until all you have left is truth. And part of that truth is this. I used to be obsessed with control. Control over my body, my diet, my schedule. Now, I've surrendered to the fact that I can't control this. But I can choose how I face it. And that's what planning my burial has been. It's not morbid. It's empowering. She's even found a way to include humor in the process. I told Edwin he better not cheap out on the casket, she laughed. I want that thing plush. Satin interior. Maybe even rhinestones. Real Housewives style. Community and clarity. In sharing her burial plans publicly, Teddi hopes to dismantle some of the stigma around end-of-life discussions, particularly for younger people. We act like talking about death invites it in, she said. But I think it's the opposite. The more openly we talk about it, the more life we actually find. There's clarity in acceptance. Her openness has sparked a flood of support. Messages from fans, friends, fellow survivors, some sharing their own stories, others just offering strength. She's also been working with melanoma awareness organizations, urging people to get their skin checked regularly and know the signs. This didn't have to get as far as it did. If I'd skipped that appointment, if I'd ignored my gut, who knows? Awareness saves lives. Still living, still loving. Despite the heavy topic, Teddi makes it clear she's not retreating from life. She's still coaching clients, still posting on social media, still dancing in her kitchen with her kids and celebrating little wins, like waking up without pain or catching a beautiful sunrise. I don't want my life to be defined by my illness, she says. I want it to be defined by the way I kept showing up. And she's not done, not by a long shot. I'm doing everything I can to be here as long as possible. Immunotherapy, surgery, diet changes, meditation, you name it. I'm giving it my all. Still, she keeps those burial plans saved in a folder labeled Legacy. Not out of fear, but out of love. I want to leave this world the same way I've tried to live in it, with intention. And that intention, it seems, is not just to prepare for death, but to teach others how to live fully, love deeply, and let go with grace when the time comes.